Hey guys, happy 4th of July. Hey, another round of Peugeot turbo diesels. This is my 82 505 turbo diesel, affectionately named the French Fryer. So we'll take this one for a spin. Took you for a spin in old blue just a few minutes ago, so I'll show you the difference in power characteristics between the 2 years. And this one's got a few modifications, nothing overwhelming, but there's a noticeable difference in performance between the two cars. I've driven both of them on and off for the last year, and I can tell you that this car has been in the state of performance now that I've done for about 23,000 miles. So let's go for a ride. A little preheat tour. Again, she's been kind of hanging out in the driveway for today, but I generally drive this old girl every day. It's my favorite car I've got. This car is just drives like butter. They're very forgiving, very easy to drive. This one's a little more spirited. Definitely noticeable in torque and acceleration, and everything's pretty tight on this car, considering it's probably had a pretty hard life before I got to it. But like I said, I've had it for about 23,000 miles worth of driving since 2013. It was originally going to be my son's car. That didn't pan out, so I took it over and primarily been driving it every day as a daily commuter. But I have to say that the 505 turbo diesel manual transmissions are my favorite. I've had some really nice versions of 505s, both turbo diesel and V6s. But I'm really passionate and fond of the turbo diesel 5-speed versions. Just an incredible car to drive daily. It's very forgiving, and as we know, they're very hypnotic to drive. So we'll get her up to speed here like I did with the other one. But you'll notice a substantial difference. You might even hear the turbo whistle a little bit, but has had zero effect on the reliability or oil or fuel issues, being slightly tweaked over the stock version. But like I said, this car does pretty darn well for its size, and we'll give her a little run here. Like I said, I may have said before in the other, these couldn't kind of keep up with most cars in traffic, but this one's been really strong, so it's been a great car. See how that just kicks in there? This car will pull right up to top speed, which is probably around 93. I've done it on my GPS. We know these speedometers are worthless, but this car drives really well at between 75 to 80. Fuel economy at that speed over a period of time is down to about 28. Strong 28 miles to the gallon if you keep it under 80. But like I said, this car handles really well. I daily it every day. I've driven it fast and I've driven it slow, and I've never really been nice to this car. But it's been very forgiving, and it's very strong to this day. Big turn's pretty good. place we had come down earlier. Very flexible. I mean, we're doing 15 miles an hour in third gear and it still pulls right along with very little effort. The flexibility of the diesel with a 5-speed is phenomenal. Like I said, these cars are very forgiving. You can see why they do so well. Such countries as Africa, they can take an abuse like no other car. Rocket ship by any means, but she holds her own. Like I say, this is pretty much how I drive it, wide open all the time. It just takes it without any regret. Doesn't need to be babied. I don't know if you can notice, but this car's got a little more wind noise than Old Blue. I think most of the door hinges on this old girl are pretty tired, so constantly adjusting the door gap has always been kind of fun, but it's unusual that Old Blue with basically 100,000 more miles on it is a tighter car than this one. But like I said, this car's probably had a pretty rough life. Not to say that I'm nice to it, but I drive it pretty aggressively myself, but not to say that I take it anywhere that it shouldn't be, but if it's paved, I'll drive it at its performance level, which is always at the top. Again, you can lug these cars way down. We can get pretty slow here. So, again, although this one's been tweaked a little bit, this will pull up a hill pretty quickly without a lot of issue. The turbo, obviously, you can hear spools up much faster than Old Blue. This doesn't have any of the original emission equipment on it at all. And these turbos are really only capable of putting about 6 psi out at max. So this will put 6 psi out pretty fast. No reason to wait for it to ramp up by emission regulation. And hey, I'm in California. But you notice this car will pull uphill where Old Blue will hold her own. That's totally regulated by the turbo and the emissions on it, but this car happily will accelerate uphill much quicker than Old Blue. But same platform, just a few tweaks makes all the difference, and I've had zero issues driving it this way. Some people fear that it's detrimental to the health of the car. After 25 Peugeots I've owned, and 4 of them have been in this configuration. It's really nothing I've ever had concern with. Thanks for coming.